What's up, guys? I'm the Junkie Gamer, and yesterday was the 25th anniversary of Legend of Zelda. Now I'm going to show you a few games that came out over the years, so let's get started. Now the first game I'm going to show you was the first game that came out, was the Legend of Zelda. Now this game came out in two versions. It came out in gold, and it came out in gray. This game was not like Mario. This game changed the way we play games today. It was pretty much the first RPG out there. Then it came along Final Fantasy. Next was a sequel to that for the same system, and it was Zelda 2, Link's Adventure. This also had a gold version and a gray version. But most people would probably say that this game is the black sheep of the series on account of the gameplay, the style, and just the way this was in general. It was different, and at the time people hated change. But and still today, people still don't like it. Now the next game, most people who like Zelda would probably say that this is probably one of the best games ever, and that is for the Super Nintendo, A Link to the Past. I don't know what to say about this, but I would say, yeah, it is probably one of the best Zelda games out there. I don't know, there's no words to describe it. So I'm just gonna move on. The next game is for the Nintendo 64, which is probably the second or top best, is Ocarina of Time. This game changed Zelda forever. It brought Zelda into 3D. It had a deeper story. Gameplay was amazing. It was just so much fun. And that game did have a sequel for the same system. And most people say this was another black sheep in the series, Majora's Mask. It was just so annoying. It was tedious. I enjoyed it, actually. I didn't mind the challenge. Most people never beat it, but I did. I can remember that I got this for Christmas. Yeah, it was for Christmas. And then I played it. I think I beat it within 16 days. So a week and a half, two weeks, say 2.5 weeks took me to beat this game. And I was still in high school at the time. Yet I had managed that homework, but I beat it. The ending, disappointing, I would say. I've seen better Zelda endings, but it was okay for a Zelda game. The next game I'm going to show you it was the first game to be brought to a handheld system, and that is A Link's Awakening. Now this game had a port. It was ported over to the Game Boy Color. It was called same thing as a DX, Link's Awakening DX. I was hoping that they would remake this game for the SP, but sorry, that was my phone. Yeah, I was saying they didn't make it. I thought they would remake this, but they haven't yet. So let's find out they do later on. The next game is a two-part game, and they came out the same day, and they're actually two separate links. So there's a split timeline, and that is Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. These games were on the Game Boy Color. They're very fun. Now, the best thing about this is, say you had both let's say you had this one, your friend had this one, or you had both of them. You had two. Let's say you had a friend. Example. This is better to explain. Your friend had this one. You had this one. You beat this one. Your friend beat this one. You link up together. You can actually get the real ending, which the real ending is Battle Ganon. Now, if you had two Game Boys at a time, then yes, you can actually link them both up together and yes, get that ending. The next game I'm going to talk about is for the Game Boy Advance SP. Is another remake, and it was the Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past 4 Swords. Link to the Past was a remake from the Super Nintendo version, and the 4 Swords was a brand new game. And it was actually a multiplayer game, which enhanced the Zelda gameplay for the first time ever. It was the first game it was the first Zelda game that had multiplayer side. It was fun. It was challenging. You can either use teamwork, or mess the other person up. The next game I'm going to show you is another Game Boy Advance game, and it is the Minish Cap. Now, if Zelda had an exact timeline, I would probably say that this is first in a timeline. This explains how he got his green cap. It was very different. It was a little odd, but unique. So if you have a Game Boy Advance, or Game Boy Advance, you don't have this, pick it up. Very fun. The next game I'm going to show you is for the Wii. It came with a Zap Gun. It is Link's crossbow training. All this is just using your crossbow and tagging the creatures in the Zelda universe. That's it. It came free with the game. It came free with the gun, so you can't go wrong. Free game's free game. The next game is for the Nintendo DS, and it is The Legend of Zelda: Phantom Hourglass. The gameplay in this is fun. It has the same graphics as the game I'm going to mention in a few coming up, is Wind Waker, and this also had a sequel, well, not really sequel, but another game like it, and that is Spirit Tracks, which is the same kind of gameplay, same kind of enjoyment. These two games are very hard to find. You can find them, pick them up if you have a DS. Now, the next game is for the Nintendo GameCube, the Wind Waker. This game, just the graphic style was different. It was shell shaded graphics. Instead of having a horse, like an Ocarina of Time, you had a boat. So traveling took longer than it would. It took like almost like a minute to 2 minutes just to get to one island to another island. Then if you want to go for treasure, and then between that, it took even longer. And if you came across like an enemy, even longer. So it took you like maybe 5 minutes to get to your next destination. Now, if you reserve that game at a time, you got this free. Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time and Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time Master's Quest. Master's Quest changed the dungeons around a little bit, mixed a few locations of certain objects, made it a little more challenging. It's all about that. Fuck, screw. The next game was a promo only. The only way to get this game was either to buy a GameCube when this game came out, or subscribe to Nintendo Power. But this game is Legend of Zelda's Collector's Edition. This game has Legend of Zelda, it has Link's Adventure, it has Ocarina of Time, it has Majora's Mask, it has a 20-minute demo of Wind Waker, and it has a retrospective of Zelda. This game is rare, it's hard to find. I suggest picking this up if you have a GameCube, or if you're just a collector of Zelda, pick this up. Well worth it. The next game I'm going to show you is another multiplayer game. It was made for the GameCube, and it was Legend of Zelda's Four Sword. This game, if you have the Game Boy Advance SP, it enhanced your gameplay, so you can see inside dungeons much easier than you would have. And the same thing, you can by yourself, it's okay. More people, it's fun. But yeah, Zelda was not really meant to be a multiplayer game. So I hope it's the last time we see a Zelda multiplayer game, because it makes it harder. Now the next one I'm going to show you is made for the Wii, and it was the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. This game brought Zelda to a new high. Graphic wise, it was so much better. Gameplay wise, amazing, and it was so much fun to play. This game was also put on the GameCube, which I also have that. I also have that as well. Funny thing is, I reserved this game 2 years before the Wii even came out, and I got this after I bought my Wii and bought the Wii version of this. They actually lost my reserve, but I still had it. They still gave it to me, and yeah, this is fun to play. Now, with Skyward Sword coming out later this year, let's see how well they do with it. The E3 demo last year was it was impressive, and with a remake of Ocarina of Time for the Nintendo 3DS with better game graphics and gameplay, let's see how to do with that. Oh, excuse me. And there's also 3 Zelda games that weren't made for Nintendo. They were actually made for the Philips CDI. Nintendo Nerd did a review of these games. If you want to check them out, I'm gonna post a link below so you can check those videos out. The 3 games were look here. Link, Face of Evil, Zelda's Adventure, and Zelda the Wand of Gamelon. Those games were terrible. They were horrible. They were abomination. Don't play them. The only way I say pick them up if you're a collector. These games they're very high in price, so if you can find them cheap, pick them up. Alright guys, that's it. Subscribe I say comments below, subscribe, thumbs up. I'm out of here. Peace.